is only war.
What is up, gents? 40k Dirtbags here. We got an awesome battle report for you today. Chaos versus Chaos. This is when the new book just came out. So we had the downloaded data sheets, and we were using those. There was a clearer version, so we kind of just kept looking at our phone going like that. We actually did this live. So if you guys are a Patreon, you guys got to go see this live, played on patreon.com ahead of time. I think it's up on YouTube now. I think we just posted it. But if you guys are Patreons, wouldn't be doing this without you. Appreciate the support. If you guys want that competitive coach in your corner, it's always good to have that coaching staff to ask any questions, bounce ideas off of. That's what the Dirtbag Nation competitive page is for. And if you guys are grandmasters, you get specific lists played for you live, so you guys get to see kind of what to do, how to strategize and stuff like that. That's the grandmaster page. If you guys just want to support the channel, it's $1 a month, $5 for just cards, and you guys get your own Discord link in Discord, so you guys get to hang out with us and talk to us every single day. So with this battle report, we are testing out the Night Lords build versus the Raiders build. So the Raiders, everybody knows it's the number one detachment in Chaos Space Marine right now. Their stratagems are amazing. Their enhancements are amazing. Like, everything is just good about the detachment. Then, complete 180, we're trying out the worst detachment that Chaos Space Marines has, which it all is based off of battle shocks and getting battle shocks and stuff like that. So there's a lot of stuff to kind of test out and really run. I've played this detachment 3 times now, and I think I lost all 3 times. But again, that's not the point of the game. The point of the game is to test out new codexes, new units, new rules, new all that stuff, and just have fun playing the game. Like, so you'll notice in this game, me and Mike just bullshit and have fun the entire time. We're testing out different strategies, and that's really all me and Mike really trying to do, is just get better at the tactical side of the 40k, and really prepare for the GTs coming up. So this was prior to him going out to the Maryland GT, I think he just went to, or Delaware. So he just went to that GT last weekend. I think he went 3-2. He lost to Nids and Eldar, which was just brutal games. But let's get into the video. We are going to go over the armies. We're going to go over picture by picture, what we did good, what we could have done better, and tactical for both armies, and really what I would change in the list moving forward. So we're going to go over a bunch of lists after the video at the end, so make sure you stay tuned towards the end. And then what we have coming up for the Dirtbag Nation is in 2024, it's huge. Like, we're so close to 10,000 subscribers, so you guys actually hitting that subscribe button helps out the channel so much, and these videos actually pop up for you guys. I think 45% of you are subscribed, which is insane. So the other 55% of you need to hit the subscribe button, so you constantly can see these videos and tactics and join the Dirtbag Nation. So we got LSO, Lone Star Open, coming up. So if you guys are heading out to Texas for that, make sure you come up and say hi to me. Atlantic City Open, Nova Open, and Las Vegas Open. Those are the next 4 tournaments this year scheduled. We have the merch up and running, so the widgets are just clutch. Like, they're so good. They got the Dirtbag logo on them. They split off into a 3-1-2, and then they got the 6-2-4-1, which is used every single game. They're super bright green and orange. We got the dice, which is not going to be bought again. We're going to be buying different dice, so use a limited edition. They're going to be sold out hopefully soon. Then we have the stickers and Caldus Assassin, Codiez, Lieutenant, and Librarian. So if you guys are interested in that, hit me up on Patreon and Discord. So that is all the stuff coming up. All right, let's get into the battle report. We'll go over Mike's list, and my list got deleted somehow, so I will come back and tell you what my list was. All right, what do you got?
So I'm trying Raiders and Renegades. So just keeping it simple. So I've got 2 lords. One lord has the scout enhancement. The other lord has the 4 rules to hit and wound within 12 inches of the opponent's DZ. 10 cultists, 2 rhinos, 2 bikes, 2 predators, 2 vindicators, 2 chosen, 2 warp talons, 3 nurglings, and then 2 rubrics. The rubrics and the chosen are going to be in the rhinos. Marks don't matter anymore. Everything has assault, so that's pretty sweet. And then yeah, I mean, we'll just see.
And I forgot, we're bringing 2 10-man pink horrors and 2 change casters. So they're going to be, if they hit with one of their shots, 3 shots each, you have to take a battle shock test. And then these guys, if they turn to blue horrors, everything within 1 inches or everything within 6 inches gets -1 leadership. All right, guys. Besides the
blue scribes, blue horrors. I actually bought a box of them because I really want to try them again. But besides the blue horrors, we have the Demon Prince with the one enhancement for on a 5+ you take a you get a CP back. The other Demon Prince has the so two Demon Prince. One Demon Prince has the enhancement. The other Demon Prince has the enhancement for the Battle Shock tests. So this one has the Battle Shock. This one has the 5+. You get a CP, and then every Battle Shock unit goes up one. So 3 Battle Shock units, you get 1 on a 2+. We have Predator, 1 unit of Warp Talons, Warp Talons, Warp Talons. So I started all 3 on the board. I think because I really wanted to. I don't know. You guys will notice I did all right. Timeout. My jump pack infantry has never been a thing. I've only played interceptors with Grey Knights. Usually just kind of launching out of a rhino and then going to kill something, or moving, shooting, moving back. Not really getting too much into combat. So Chaos, I've never played Warp Talons, never played Raptors. If you guys ever watch any of my videos, I don't have those in my army. So this game kind of proves how bad and rusty I am at freaking jump infantry. So Mike plays it perfectly because he has been running Warp Talons and for years now. So his battle and battle report is going to be hilariously one-sided compared to our jump pack infantry. But let's go over the list. 3 Warp Talons. We got Raptors with the jump pack Lord, 2 Raptors in reserves. We have a unit of Cultists back here. And I believe we have a Nurgle unit in reserves as well. Then for him, he scout moves or infiltrates the Nurglings up there, Nurglings over there. This Rhino has the scout move. These bikes just chilling. He's got these guys out, so when this thing scouts up, these guys can then get in next turn. The 2 Predators. Vindicators are off the board. Cultists blocking out the back. Warp Talons right here. Bikes back there. And I believe that was it. So for us, we put these guys right on the line. They have the character in it. The Warp Talons right on the line. We have the Raptors right on the line. The hitting Demon Prince right on the line. And everything else kind of in the back trying to be protected. So that was our deployment. We get taken hold with the corner deployment. So draw a 9-inch bubble, and then you got that corner, this corner, that corner. Then you can infiltrate out there. So you basically get up to 15 for primary. So let's get into it. Mike gets first. So oh god, this list, sorry, this game was just brutal. He's advancing everything, and they all get assault. And if I'm on an objective, he gets +1 AP, and his stratagems are just insane. This is really before I started looking into the enhancements and stuff like that. So me knowing that he gets advance and charge with a unit would have been good to know. So what he does turn 1 is he basically advances everything out and about. So where did his Warp Talons go that were right here, right on the line? Oh shit, they went all the way into my Warp Talons that were right on the line over here. So he advances them, rolls like a 4 or 5, and then he needs like a 7 or something on the charge. Spends a CP so he can advance and charge them, and then he advances into my my Warp Talons down here. So there you go. There's already 1 unit of Warp Talons that didn't get to attack. Okay, one guy. He doesn't pile in because he wants to hop away, and then I decide that I did want to pile in so that way I can try and keep them there. So sorry if I don't have a lot of pictures, but there is a battle report if you guys want to see it live on the channel. So his turn 1, he gets assassination and bring it down. So he has to try and kill my tanks, which are hiding, and my demon princes, which are hiding. So he couldn't really get too much turn 1, but he did keep assassinate. So he didn't get rid of assassinate. He got rid of bring it down. So his turn 1 was pretty good. He basically just advanced out. This thing scouted up, and then the guys got inside, and then the Nurglings kind of just chilled. Everything else is just waiting for me to move out. But he gets a really good turn 1 advance onto basically every objective, and I'm like, fuck, how do I come back from this? Okay. So I pile in, I get some attacks on this thing, and then now he can't jump away and I can't jump away. With Warp Talons now, you can basically charge in at the end of the turn. If you're not in engage range, you can jump away. This is the first time he's running Raiders, and Raiders have an enhancement or a stratagem where you can fall back after the fight phase, and then since their thing procs now, you can then hop off the board. So he didn't know that. He used the CP to advance and charge. If he would have had the CP, I guess he wouldn't have been able to do it because it's turn 1 anyway. He got the charge off with the advance and charge, so he couldn't fall back and do the thing. But that's what makes it so good in the Raiders detachment, is you can basically charge up, kill something, or not kill something, fall back, and then get off the board. So for our turn 1, we get overwhelming force and investigate signals. So we have to try and kill stuff on objectives and get stuff in the corners. So investigate signal I only get 2 for, because I'm able to get the cultist down in my deployment zone to go back. I make the sticky move back and then get 2 points for investigate signals. All of my guys kind of spread out, so I spread out my tank over here. The one tank goes up there, so tank kind of pokes out a little bit so that way he can shoot this way to get something into this rhino. The warp talons advance up behind this building over here. The raptors move up 12 inches. This guy switches spot with the other one, so this dude hops up. He's the one with the 5-up CP. I don't get it. And then the other thing moves up here. So what I wanted to do is try and blow this tank up, and then when I blow it up, I can charge the guys inside. Now, since I didn't blow it up, I wanted to keep it like low on wounds, so that way when I charge it, my Demon Prince, who does mortal wounds on the charge, can then kill the rhino, and then I can consolidate and attack the guys inside. So how he placed the guys out of the rhino was super far back. So he basically made the guys wholly within 3 inches in the back. So the Chosen were in the back, and then the Warp Talons, or the Flamer guys, were up front. So I had to basically try and kill the Flamer guys and then go into the Warp Talons. Now, when I piled in, I got into the Nurgle unit and the Warp Talons, or the Flamer guys. And I think I only killed like one Flamer guy. It was bad. I think he rolled like 3 5-ups and made some saves on them, and I only killed one of them. So one Flamer guy died. So we still had 4 Flamer guys and all of the Chosen with the Lord. So this is what happened. I charged in, killed the Rhino with the mortal wounds, piloted. Now these guys with the Lord get to consolidate and pile in 6 inches, which is huge. So even though I was still super far back, I basically piled into the the Flamers, and I probably shouldn't have piled into the Lord. But I don't really have any defensive stuff with Night Lords. Like I can't fall back. I can't. I can fall back and charge, but it's not my turn. So I can't fall back. I can't do a move if he comes close or all that stuff. So I was like, all right, I'll try and get into his Chosen squad and do some damage to the Chosen squad and kill his Flamer guys. So when I charge in, kill the Rhino, that gets me overwhelming force for 3. Nothing was in the center. These guys scooch up. Warp Talons hop out over to here. They were going to make the charge onto these Warp Talons, but this Predator actually nuked them off the table by accident. So Predators basically killed this entire squad, so these guys had nothing to charge. So there's another unit, so I'm over 2 so far with my jump pack infantry, because then this unit just dies to shots, from everybody else. But we're not there yet. Back to here. I charge in. I get my Lord into these guys, some of the Raptors into those guys. I think I messed up the stratagem because these guys were both battle shocked. So I was like, all right, cool. I'll use 1 CP to reroll hits and wounds. Well, that's only to shooting. It's not in melee. So I messed that up. So that was my bad. This is the first time we're running the list. So I reroll all hits and wounds, and even then, I only killed, I think, one. Yeah, I only killed 1 Chosen and the dudes over here. So I killed the dudes and 1 Chosen. Then his Lord and 1 Power Fist Chosen and then 2 other Cursed Weapon Chosen proceed to murder my entire Raptor squad. So he procs, I think, the once per game, +1, all that stuff. And with the Power Fist and the Cursed Weapons, he actually kills my entire Raptor squad and my Lord. So, yeah, that was fun. So I charge in, kill the Rhino, kill like 4 dudes and a chosen, and then he wipes out my entire 10-man Raptor squad with my Lord. So that was a great test. That was a good test. That how uneven that matchup was. Yeah, it was brutal. So I have a Demon Prince left over here after he just murders my entire squad. So I was like, all right, cool, that was fun. And then he piles in, and I don't think he gets into my Lord or doesn't want to get into my my Demon Prince. So he just stays out there, so that way he can move out and do other stuff. So his turn 2, guys, he gets 10 for primary, assassinate. He got on his turn 1 because I gave him my assassinate target. So he killed my Lord, got assassinated. So there's 5 points turn 1 for him. So congrats. He then gets storm hostile objective and defend stronghold. So he's probably going to defend stronghold because I can't really get too many guys on his deployment zone. And then storm hostile objective, he has to take over this one that I control up top here. So he gets an easy 5 points for that just by moving the chosen onto my objective. Moves up his predator over here. Moves up the predator. My raptors rapid ingress in the center of the table. Try and stay out of line of sight of everybody. I'm out of line of sight 12 inches of the flamer guys right here. They basically kill all of my demons, dude, down here, so I can't bring any of them back. These raptors are about to get murdered by these chosen getting out of the rhino. Vindicator walked in over here out of my deployment zone. The predator scooted up on the objective over here. Same with the rhino. Bikes fell back to try and protect his home field objective. Predator moved back. The other vindicator came up there. So he's got a vindicator at the top. You guys can't see. Okay, so he's got a vindicator that walked in up top. He's got a vindicator that walked in down below. He still got his chosen and Lord. Flamer guys, bike, predator. Like, it's not looking good. So these warp towns are basically up here, hopefully gonna help out with the counter charge. And this Demon Prince is coming in for the second wave. He gets 5 for assassinate again. Defend stronghold he's gonna get the next turn, and then he gets 5 for storm hostile objective. At the end of this turn, he killed my Demon Prince with the Kamehameha Lord and the Power Fist. So the Demon Prince died in one go, which sucked. And then this Demon Prince is waiting. So these guys are still alive. He charged in and killed the Warp Talons to get down there. So again, 0 for 2 for the Warp Talons. We had 0 for 1 with the first turn Warp Talons. My Raptors died in one turn. And then my other Warp Talons died. So 0 for 3 so far. I think he tagged this guy because he's not really good in combat. This is the Changeling or the Tzeentch Demon proxy. His predator or his vindicator couldn't kill my predator, left it on 4 wounds, so that was cool. And then the other vindicator, I think, shot my Demon Prince and did some wounds to it, and that's what made it so easy for the chosen to walk up and kill it. And I think that was his turn. So our turn 3, or our turn 2, we get 5 for holding our home field objective. We get tempting target, which we don't get because he has that one, the center, and the bottom one. So I think he picked the bottom one because I'm nowhere near it. He's got a vindicator, basically everything on it. So he picks the bottom one. I can't get there. And then he gets engaged on all fronts. So I'm able to get 3 points of that because I get 1 unit over here, 1 in my home field, and then the Warp Talons up top there. So let's go to charges. This guy came down with his demons and the 3 shot that he has into the vindicator to try and make it battle shocked. So that way my Warp Talons, or sorry, Havocs, which I forgot I have, last cannons, are going to walk in, do full reels to hit and wound onto this vindicator and try and blow it up. So all I need to do is try and make it fail the battle shock, which I have Raptors hop up here within 6 inches, make it -2 to a battle shock test. So you need to roll an 8 or more, just potential. They're within 6 inches of all 3. I have my Warp Talons hop up, so they're about to go into the Lord over here. And I got the Demon Prince coming down here to help out with these battle shocked chosen down here. So Predator scooches up, has line of sight either to the Predator over there, Vindicator, just too many targets. And then the chosen. The other Predator scooches up here to again try shots off on the chosen up there to try and whittle them down. And I believe that is all my units left. Oh, and the Raptors hopped up here in the backfield to try and get stop him from getting the 3 points for defend stronghold. So if I can make that charge, I'll kill them and, you know, potentially steal the home field objective, stop 5 points of primary. But we fail the charge. So let's get into what happened. This is me rolling to hit on his Vindicator with my demon. I get 3 shots, hitting on 3s. If I hit, he then has to take a battle shock test. Now I roll 3 ones. So I'm like, great, there goes my entire game plan with my battle shock. And I say, fuck you, sorry for my language, to the demon changeling that just missed entirely the Vindicator. So I don't get full rerolls to hit and wound with the Havocs, which don't do really anything to the Vindicator. So that sucked. I charge my Warp Talons into his Chosen, and I charge my Demon Prince into his Chosen. So I figure I screwed up there because he has enough CP to interrupt. So he interrupts into my, I make the charge on the Demon Prince, and he's basically gonna kill one of them. He's either gonna kill my Demon Prince or he's gonna kill my Warp Talents. So I charge my Demon Prince, I kill all but the Lord, and then he interrupts with this Lord and kills all my Havocs. So that is 0 for 4, not Havocs, Warp Talents. 0 for 4 for jump backs. So brutal. He, I think, does the rapid ingress with his Havocs, which is smart, because that's what good players with jump backs do. Brings his Havocs down in the top corner. At this point, guys, it's like we lost so much. There's almost no going back from this point. So what do we end up doing? The Raptors charge in up here. They take this thing down to 3. We killed 2 bikes. Then the Power Fist bike or something claps back and kills all of the Raptors. So that was cool. The Predator probably killed some too. Who the hell knows? But that was brutal. So I lost all my Raptors on my charge. So now we're 0 for 5 with the jump packs. Yeah, guys, this is just brutal. I'm practicing, like, trying to see if Battle Shock is working, and Battle Shock is not working at all. So he kind of just spreads out more. He still has his Predator, Vindicator, other Predator, Rhino. What was cool is I think he fell back with the Lord, right? So he falls back with the Lord. I spend 1 CP with my Demon Prince. The Demon Prince is on 1, by the way. The Lord clapped back and did 5 freaking wounds or something to it. 6 wounds. I clap back with the Lord, or with the Demon Prince, and I think how it works is you countercharge, or you spend 1 CP, and it counts as a charge. So basically you roll, I think you just charge. I don't know if you automatically charge, but however worded, but you counts as a charge. So with Demon Prince, when you charge, you roll a 10, however many wounds are left, into the Lord, and then he takes that mortal wound. So I think he had, I don't even remember, I might have cheated here. I think I rolled 10 dice thinking that it was 10 wounds, but I should have only rolled 1, so this Lord probably still would have been alive. So you roll the amount of dice based off how many wounds you have left in the Demon Prince, and then you take on a 4+ that amount of mortal wounds up to 6. So it was cool if he wasn't on 1 wound, because if he was on, let's say, 7 or 8 or 9 or 10 wounds, he could countercharge for 1 CP in Night Lords, roll 10 dice again for how many wounds he has, and do mortal wounds on the charge, and then you consolidate into what was left, which was the Nurglings and the vehicle. So I was able to kill the Lord and then consolidate into these 2 guys down here, which it didn't matter because the Vindicator just shot me in the face anyway. But still, that was a cool combo with the Night Lord's Demon Prince. He's the guy that gives me the 5-up CP, which didn't happen once this game. He did have a lot of Battle Shock, all the red tokens of the Battle Shock guys. So we might have had it once last turn, I'm not sure. And then at the end of this turn, he gets Defend Stronghold for 3, Behind Enemy Lines for 3, which was the Vindicator, or the Warp Talons. I think the Warp Talons got it, because they came down and they have a 9-inch charge down here. And then this is the final game. So we basically made it to turn 3 before I was tabled. So this is the end of the state. On after his turn, he killed my Predator. He killed the Demon Prince. He killed this solo character. These guys were dead, and this character. So all I had left. Oh, and the bikes moved up and killed my Raptors that were down here, by the way. So that might have been 0 for 6. 0 for 6 with jump pack people. Awesome. So all I left is these cultists down here. So I think at that point we called it because there's literally nothing I could do. So we flipped the objectives to see kind of what he was getting and what I was getting, and this is the final score. So we finished up with 100 to 28. Lowest score I had in a very long time. And you could just tell the complete difference. Not giving Mike the fact that he is a really good player and really good at Chaos Space Marines and running a really, really good attachment, but he literally 100'd me to 28. So he got 10, 15, 15 for primary, so 50 out of 50 for primary. He gets 40 out of 40 for secondaries because he had Investigate Signal for 8, No Prisoners for 4, 5 and 5. Like these ones we basically talked out because he was going to get them easily. And then for us, we had 5 for primary and then 5 for primary, just our home field objective. So we had 10 out of 50 for primary. Our turn 1 was really good. We had Overwhelming Force and Investigate Signal. So we were leading pretty good going into turn 1. I was like, all right, cool. I'm going to kill the Rhino, charging, kill the guys inside. It's going to be great. And then just get clapped back and everything dies. So then turn 2, we get 0 for tempting target, 3 for engage on fronts, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, because literally nobody left to do any of these. So we get 10 for points. We get 8 for secondaries and 10 for primary. So we finished up 28 to 100. Okay, so that was brutal. So we went over the battle report. So I apologize. It's a quicker battle report than normal. Usually we go through all 5 turns, but you can still see the tactical things between the two. Like you're advancing the entire time with Raiders. You're getting full rerolls out of a Rhino hit and wound with the Flamer guys, the Zinch Flamers, the Chosen, the Lords. Like it's a really, really good combo. The bikes are really good in Raiders. Predators, really, like any tank you have that can advance and just get angles on differently than you can normally is amazing. Nurglings are still really good in Chaos. So his list I really liked. It was kind of just standard 2x2, like 2 of everything, and it worked out really well. 2 Rhinos, 2 Vindicators, 2 Predators, 2 Bikes, 2 Warp Towns, 2 Lords, 2 Chosen, 2 Cultists, and I think 3 Nurglings. So really good list if you guys want to copy that. Our list we already deleted. So I think I just played it really poorly. I think there's a lot of things I could have done differently with the Night Lords. So I said we're going to go over different lists to test out with Night Lords because I know we have a ton of Night Lords fans out there, including myself. So we have a couple different Night Lords testing lists. All right, guys. So the first one we did right after this one is called Night Lords. So we have Abaddon, because why not try the best hard-hitting unit we have in the game and put it in the worst attachment? So he has crazy shit, gives us full rerolls. You can put him with Chosen now, so it's going to be really fun. So we got Abaddon, Chaos Lure Jump Pack. So at the end of the opponent's turn, you can go back up into reserves, which this game we didn't even get to try out. So still testing that out to see if it's worth it. Raptor or Warp Towns might just be better, but we're still trying out the Jump Lord. 2 Cultist units, Chaos Bikes with Plasma Gun, Power Fist, 10-man Chosen Squad, fully kitted out. All the combi weapons and plasma pistols, Power Fist. We have 2 Obliterators, because they do get the full reels hit and wound if you're shooting a battle shocked unit. So we're testing out some Oblits, and they get full rerolls with Abaddon. So that could be pretty good. 1 10-man Raptor to go with the Lord. 2 5-man Raptors, and then 2 5-man Warp Towns. So we got 20 Raptors and 10 Warp Towns, so 2 5-mans. We have the Blue Horrors, which have Infiltrate. So we took out the character, we just kept the Blue Horrors because they have the -1 leadership aura within 6 inches, and then 2 Nurgling units. So we got rid of the tanks, we brought Obliterators instead, and we brought Abaddon. So I think this list is cheeky, I'm going to use my Conrad Curse model as my Abaddon, so it just makes sense. And I still have to make a really cool Chaos Lord jump pack character. So I have so many Raptor boxes that I'm just going to kind of kit bash one and make them really cool. So that is going to be my first test with Night Lords. Next Night Lord list, I was watching that Art of War make their list. It was the first time I actually watched the Art of War make my list. Sometimes they have good stuff to say, sometimes they don't have good stuff to say, but 100% of the time, every time. So I was watching it because I'm still new to Chaos Space Marine Codex. So I'm like, all right, what are they thinking and what are we running? So this is the list that they were thinking, similar to my own little tweak to it. So they talked about Vastor. Now I didn't think of Vastor at all with Night Lords. So we're going to try Vastor with Night Lords. He's just a beat stick that they have to focus on to try and kill, and everything within 18 inches of him that targets him is hazardous. So even if they shoot one weapon at Vastor and the rest of them at something else, everything in that unit is hazardous. So let's say you have a 10-man squad, one last cannon. That last cannon goes into Vastor and the other plasma or whatever goes into the other unit. Well, all those weapons are not hazardous. So if they roll any ones after they're done shooting, they just die. Vehicles. You shoot one big tank into Vastor and the rest of the small fire into my cultist. All those small fire shots or weapons are hazardous. So that's something really cool to test out. He's got a 2-up, 4-up, toughness 10, 14 wounds, speed 12, OPSEC 3, and a really, really big hammer. So he's going to be really fun to test out. I just bought one. I have to put them together and paint them up, but that's going to be the first thing. Then we have the Warpsmith. Warpsmith is basically going to buff up our Chaos Land Raider, which is Art of War love Land Raiders. So he's going to be following around the Land Raider. He's got the Eater of Dread ability, so he's going to be the one giving us the 5-up CP. Anything that's Battle Shocked adds 1 to that dice roll. So if I can get anybody to be Battle Shocked throughout the game, it's going to be easier to get a CP back. 1, 2, 3, 4 Legionnaires, all have a last cannon, heavy weapons, all the stuff. 2 Rhinos to fit the Legionnaires in. They're just kind of skirmishing units. They're just running out and doing secondaries. We have an Accursed Cultist unit, which I'm probably going to start bringing in a lot of my list. It's 85 points just to kind of scooch up, get a scout move. Just annoying unit, small unit to deal with, because now they have the Blood Pact, where if you shoot them and kills a guy, I get to move D6 inches towards the closest enemy unit, which also could put them in combat. So 85 points for that, yes please, and especially with a free scout move. Now we have 2 Havoc units, both with blast cannons, going into the Land Raider. So they can basically get full rerolls to hit and wound onto a battle shocked unit or tank to try and nuke that. So we have 12 blast cannon shots in that little combo, plus I think that's it. Vastor has like that's it. So we got 12 blast cannons in this list with a Land Raider followed by a Warpsmith. Then we have Raptor. So 2 Raptor units to kind of help out with the battle shocks. Venom Crawler, speed 12, +1 to attacks with his weapons next to Vastor. Keeping up with Vastor, having a little bodyguard dog unit. 3 Warp Town units. So 3 5-man Warp Towns coming down, attacking, jumping away, and then 2 Nurglings. So that is the Night Lords Art of War variant, which I completely different than what I would be running. Havocs I just hate. I don't like Havocs. And Land Raider, this is the first time running the Land Raider in Chaos. So we're testing that out. That is next. And I think that's the 2 Night Lords builds that I'm going to be testing out soon. Then we have a couple Raiders builds. So the Raiders are just the best. Like, honestly, I don't need to test out Raiders because we know they're good. I'd rather be testing out detachments that we're testing and not sure if they're broken, OP, or whatever. So these battle reports coming up, you're going to see a mix of a bunch of different detachments. So the Raiders we already know. I think my favorite's going to be either the Vastor build, his detachment, or the Cultist build. So there's going to be a Cultist battle report coming up very soon. But the Renegade Raiders, one list is Chaos Lord, Jumpback Lord, 2 Cultist mobs, 2 Rhinos, 1 unit of bikes, 6-man, 2 Predator tanks, 2 5-man chosen units, 1 10-man Raptor unit go with the Jumpback Lord, one 10-man warp talent unit to kind of charge in and disappear, or charge in, fall back and disappear, 3 Nurgle units, and 2 Rubric Marines. So the 2 Rubric Marines can go in one Rhino, the 2 Lords with the Chosen can go in the other Rhino, and everything's just super fast and hard hitting. That's actually really, this is my main list I made for the Raiders. I really want to try this out. The second one is Hellstalker, so the Disco Lord. We got 2 Chaos Lords. With the Hellstalker Disco Lord, he's got the Dread Reaver, which gets full rerolls to hit and wound within 12 inches of the enemy's deployment zone, which is really easy to get to. He also has the +1 AP if you're shooting at something on an objective. You can basically advance and charge. You can auto advance. Like, he's a mounted character, so you can charge in, fight, fall back 10 inches. With that one stratagem. So there's a lot of stuff you can do with him in this detachment. I think this is probably one of the best detachments to take him in. Yeah, so we're going to try him out. Plus, he's painted up really, really cool. So I want to get him back on the table. He probably sucks, honestly, but we're testing him out. 2 Lords, Disco Lord, Cultist Mob, 2 Legionnaires, 3 Rhinos, because you get a lot of buffs jumping out of a Rhino, 4 rerolls to hit and wound. 2 Bike units, because bikes are really good in this detachment. 2 Predators. I think the Predators are really, really good in this detachment. So you can either have the auto cannons or the AP4 last cannons, or the heavy bolters. So if you're shooting at infantry, which is probably what's going to be their main forte, is going to be AP3 on the autocannon and AP3 on the heavy bolters. Insane. 2 Chosen units to go with the Lords, 2 Warp Talon units, 5-mans, 1 Nurgle, and 2 Rubric Marines. So that's why we got the 3 Rhinos for 2 Legionnaires, 2 Chosen, 2 Warp Talons. And you can split them up. You can do like one Flamer unit, 1 Legionnaire, 1 Flamer unit, 1 Chosen, 1 Legionnaire, 1 Chosen. Like, you can just mix and match. So that way you have different board presence in the game. You don't want to just put everything on one side, because then they kind of know what's in there. If you go 1 and 1, 1 and 1, 1 and 1, so that way you have diversity across the entire board with your units. So that is the second Raiders units. So those are the 2 Raiders, and we'll probably do, honestly, a video of just all of these different lists I've been making and just thinking on the top of my head, so that way you guys can use them and we can talk about it. We might do it live, might just do a recorded video, but I'll be there live to talk about it. But guys, appreciate the hit the subscribe button, do all the YouTube stuff, head over to Patreon if you guys want to support the channel. If you guys want a professional coach in your corner, we did get ranked number 2 Chaos Space Marine player in the world last year, so we do know what we're talking about over at the Dirtbag Nation, and we run stuff that usually isn't normal. We were running 9th edition, the Abaddon with the Terminators, just kind of launching them forward, and it was awesome. And then we had the Crown. We used the 9th. We had the Crown in 10th. We were running Abaddon with 100 Cultist builds. So we run kind of crazy stuff over at the Dirtbag Nation. But it's good to always have that coach in your corner to bounce ideas off of. List ideas, tactics, questions, anytime you guys need. That's the competitive Dirtbag. And then Grandmaster, you guys get to have lists that you guys want to see played against or played with live on our Monday Night Gaming Patreon page. So you guys can go stay tuned for that if you guys are Grandmasters. So make sure you guys are messaging me if you guys are Patreons on the Discord page, and you get your own Discord Patreon link where we're at 99% of the time answering questions and just being awesome in the Patreon page. So guys, appreciate it. Good luck. If you guys are interested in the widgets, hit me up. We only have, I would say, 50 left out of 150 that we bought, so they're selling out pretty quick. But guys, we'll see you in another video soon. Appreciate it. Good luck. Peace. What's up, gents? 40k Dirtbags here. If you guys are thinking about joining the Patreon page, we're going to go over each tier and how it's going to benefit you and what you're looking for specifically to get out of 40k in 10th edition coming up. There's a lot of stuff to go over. There's a lot of tactical videos up on the channel, which is for free. There's going to be a bunch of perks that you get specifically for being a part of the Dirtbag Nation Patreon page. So first off, we have the first tier, which is $1 a month. You guys get first access to the videos over at patreon.com. You also get access to the Discord, which is specifically a private link in the Discord that only Patreon members can see. So you guys will have first access to that. Also a benefit is Patreons over the Dirtbag Nation get live streamed games on patreon.com streamed from YouTube, but there's only links specifically for the patreons.com. So not only do you get first access to these videos, you also get to see live stream games specifically only on patreon.com. The next tier is the Justicar. You guys get a shout out on every single video on YouTube. You also get to support us a little bit more. You get first dibs at voting on Discord, as well as you just kind of say, hey, I just want to be a Justicar Dirtbag and support you guys a little bit more than that $1 a month tier. But you get all the same access as well as the different color over on the Discord. So the third tier is the competitive Dirtbag. This tier, you get a lot more one-on-one coaching. This is a lot of the Dirtbags over on the Dirtbag Nation. They are able to send out messages one-on-one, go over list ideas, tactics, anything you guys want to talk about. When I was getting into 40K, or really any game in general, I always wanted to message the top players in the meta and just ask them questions. This $10 a month tier gets you that opportunity to message us one-on-one on Discord, so that way we can actually coach you, give you our insights, suggestions, and that's going to get you better at the 40K 10th edition as a whole. So that tier alone, just $10 a month to have one-on-one coaching, one-on-one messages anytime throughout the month, that's going to be a perfect tier for you guys. Even if you're brand new to the game, we go over 1,000 point list, 1,500 point list, 2,000 point brand new starting list, team list, anything you guys need. That's what the competitive Dirtbag tier is for. Also, you get a little bit red number name tag on Discord, so people know that you're really serious about getting into the competitive scene. The Grandmaster Dirtbags. This is the all-in-all $25 a month tier. You get one-on-one coaching, everything we said prior to this, but you guys get to see me, Mike, any of the other Dirtbags play your specific list that you want to see tested out live on one of our battle reports. You guys get to mention, suggest videos you guys want to see coming up on patreon.com. So you guys get the above first tier benefit of everything that we do over at Dirtbag Nation. All the support mainly comes from you guys supporting us over here at Dirtbag Nation. And Grandmasters, I can't thank you enough, but for $25 a month, you get one-on-one coaching and anything you want to see live on the tabletop. So you get to see a professional play right in front of you. You guys get to kind of like see it one-on-one, and I'm actually making this specifically for you. There's also TTS events that you guys can suggest. If you guys want to do a first 1 or 2 turn run through on TTS, we can actually log in and coach you one-on-one with that. If you guys see us at any GTs, you guys get special benefits, free dice, stuff like that. Anytime you purchase a merch thing on Discord, you guys get a free limited edition Dirtbag dice sent to you with every single purchase on top of that. So there's a lot of benefits coming up with the Grandmaster Dirtbag. You guys, I can't thank you enough for supporting us. Definitely let me know which tier would be best for you if you go over to patreon.com and specifically go to a tier. And make sure you don't forget to message me up on Discord. That's where we check every single day. If you guys are really into getting into 10th edition 40K, head over to Patreon, join the competitive Dirtbag or the Grandmaster. Message me as many times as you possibly want, and I'll coach you the best I possibly can on any specific army that you guys play. Mainly our armies right now, currently, going into 2024, is going to be Chaos Space Marines, Grey Knights, Death Guard, and then we have Custodes, Sisters, and I think that's it going into the Wings of 2024. But again, any other army that you guys play, we have other coaches lined up for the Dirtbags that are ready to take on that role of the competitive Dirtbag page. So guys, really appreciate it. Thanks for clicking on the video. Thanks for joining the Dirtbag Nation if you guys are already part of us. And we'll see you in another video soon.